Hello everybody, welcome back to the classroom. Hi, how are you guys doing? So today in this class, what we are going to talk about is the various cost accounting standards. So the very first question is, what are these cost accounting standards? Which is the governing body? Why they are issued? Right? And what are the benefits? Why they are issued? I mean, institute must be having a lot of things to do now. So why they are issuing those kind of cost accounting standards? And what is this GASAP? It's not GASAP. It's all about generally accepted cost accounting principles. Simple term. Now the very first is, as we are talking about these cost accounting standards, why these cost accounting standards are there? Just to ensure that a particular cost lies within the classified heading. Just to ensure that there is not going to be any kind of, there should be a uniform structure so that everybody is going to adopt the same structure when it comes to cost records. So the very first is all about uniformity, right? So I still remember there was a school dress there was a uniform when it comes to our schools. Why that was so? So that everybody is going to be there into a uniform structure. There should be a structured framework for everybody. The exams are going to be conducted in this format. So that lies for everybody. Everybody is going to give exams. The paper pattern is going to be same. Or else people are going to tell you that yes, our paper was like easy. Set number 2 was very difficult. Right? It's all about that what you have covered so far. Apart from that, there should be a structured approach to give them a proper structured approach. That's why institute has given those kind of cost accounting standards, and they are straight away issued by ICMAI. Do remember this part, right? And apart from that, if we talk about the cost of product or the quality, or let it be like from any kind of legal or regulatory bodies, they have issued a certain kind of circulars. That's why we have those kind of standards. We need those kind of structured approaches. Apart from that, if we have those kind of uniformity and a structured approach, it is going to help us to understand. It is going to help us to understand any kind of costing records very much easily. Just like you are able to understand the balance sheet very easy. How you can understand the balance sheet easily? The main reason behind that, the main logic behind that is only one. And what is the reason behind that? That is, they are uniform. Everybody is preparing the balance sheet into one and a single standardized format. Here comes your liability, here comes your asset. After that, current liabilities, right? You have share capital, shareholder funds. Apart from that, you have asset side, fixed asset, current asset, cash and cash equivalents. So just like that, they have a structured approach so that everybody can understand the same phenomenon. Now, these cost accounting standards are particularly, there is a list of that we are going to cover from like cost accounting standard number 1 to cost accounting standard number 24. Not on sequence wise, but definitely we are going to leave some of them in between, and they are not that much elaborative as it may seem so, as it may look so. So very first is, okay, the ICAI, Institute of Cost Accountants of India, they understood that there's a need for having those kind of cost accounting standards. Just like ICAI found that there is a need for accounting standards in order to give them a structured approach, and in order to act as a help desk or to provide a guide, or you can say a kind of help towards various organizations, so that whatever they are going to prepare as a part of their cost records, that should be uniform. It should not be like that the company A is there, they are preparing their cost records in a different way, company B is preparing in a different way. So there should be a standardized approach so that when it comes to comparing things, or when it comes to like doing any kind of assignments, or having any kind of analysis, so that you can easily analyze the things that what a particular company, what are the various things which are done by a company itself. The next is the cost accounting standards. Next, the cost accounting standards. It's very simple. Why they are over here? The very first question which arises over here is, what are the various benefits of cost accounting standards? Right. So it's all about, whenever it comes to giving a kind of structured framework or giving any kind of uniformity or providing a kind of, that also acts as a guide. So these are the benefits, particularly provide a structured approach to measure for the measurement of cost when it comes to the manufacturing processes, or if we talk about the industries which are providing various kind of services. Apart from that, the next is to integrate, harmonize, standardized cost accounting principles and the various practices. Apart from that, they're also going to provide guidance to the users so that they can have a consistency. The classification which we are going to talk about. So we'll be talking about the cost accounting standard number 1, there I'm going to tell you about that what are the various classifications, how we are going to classify a particular cost, and how that will be divided on the basis of nature, on the basis of you can say just like you just know about the cost on the basis of what is fixed cost, what is variable cost, right? And if we talk about that cost accounting standard number 1, there we will talk about the nature of expense, right? Apart from that, we will talk about the nature of traceability, from the nature of functionability, right? So these are the things. There are a lot of classifications on the basis of which this can be done. Now the next is, apart from that, there should be a consistency and uniformity in classification. Whenever you are going to measure the cost, there should be a classification in that. So when it comes to the measurement itself, we have like production and operation overheads. This was revised, and this is something which we are going to cover in cost accounting standard number 3. Apart from that, if we talk about the cost accounting captive consumption part, how to calculate that is something which we are going to cover in cost accounting standard number 4. There we will come to know about that how we are going to measure things, right? If we talk about material cost, that is in cost accounting standard number 6. Number 7 talks about employee cost. Packaging material cost is over there in standard number 9, right? So just like that, the measurement technique, so that everybody is going to measure into the same phenomena. People are not going to measure in their own approaches. There should be a standardized approach for each and everything. And apart from that, the basis of computing the cost of product or activity or service, whenever it is required by a particular regulatory authority or the legal authority. So what they have done, they have given a uniform structure so that whosoever the concerned authority, let it be like any kind of like from any ministry or any quasi-judicial body, is going to approach, then in that situation, the computation which is over there covered by each and everybody should be same. And apart from that, it also enables the members who are using the cost accounting standards for attesting those cost accounting statements or costing statements for general purposes. So when it comes to attesting, what you are going to first of all find out, we are just going to find out that yes, is it suitable? If it's suitable, then it's great. If it's suitable, then you are going to find it out and you are going to move further. That's it. Suitable, sir, what does it mean? I didn't understand your point. See, when it comes to certifying anything, what we are going to do, we are going to cross-verify them with as per the parameters which are available. Just like examiner is going to check your notebook, he's going to check that with the mark sheet, or you can say with the guidelines issued by the ICMAI. He's going to check the same over there, and after that he will give you a straightaway part that there you go. Next is, apart from that, you need to have a proper clear assistance of understanding those related issues in case any issues are over there which are being faced by those kind of bodies, research agencies or academic institutions. So these cost accounting standards are going to act as a help desk, and they are going to help them when it comes to implementing those cost accounting standards, or you can say applying them, or you can say interpreting them. So the body is going to help them at each and every step. So whatever that was totally being like something which was like, it's okay, it is a part of our classroom, what else we can say. So now we are moving towards the 24 cost accounting standards which we are going to cover. Moving on to the very first, this is just a list and we are going to cover each and every part with you guys. So don't worry about this. Over here, what you can look after is just the cost accounting standard number, and after that the title and from where it is applicable. So do we need to remember these dates? It's okay, you can leave them. That is not a big deal. You can leave them. Moving ahead, and over here, see, now we have some more theoretical part. I'm looking forward, I'm very much eager to move towards the practical portion, but these hindrances of theoretical parts, it's okay, we have to somehow conclude them. Now the very first, when it comes to any kind of introduction, or when we talk about the cost accounting standard introduction, we do understand that when it comes to the introduction, it will straight away tell us about the subject matter, that where we are going to deal. Objective means purpose, the scope means applicability. Objective means that why that particular cost accounting standard has been framed. What is the use? Apart from that, the scope particularly is to which particular cost element or the cost statement is it going to apply. Is it about the classification? Is it about the presentation? Is it about the disclosure of various cost items? Apart from that, see, when it comes to definitions, everybody do have, if I'm going to tell you, see, everybody has a different definition. So when I'm going to say baby, it means my baby or my wife, my spouse. right? When you are going to say baby, you didn't mean my wife. You are not going to call my wife as baby, right? You're going to call your wife as baby. So everybody does have the same meanings, same words, but the definitions, when it comes to the meanings, they are different. The word remains the same, but the meaning changes, right? So just like that, the definitions are over there. Apart from that, we do have the principle of measurement. We have like assignment part, we have presentation parts, disclosure parts, and the effective dates, which are given at the end for each and every cost accounting standard. There you will come to know about that from this date it was made applicable. Okay, sir, what about the principle of measurement? It means they are going to tell you that how you are going to determine the value of a particular cost. Let us say the rent is over there, right? The rent is over there and you are manufacturing like 8 units. How you are going to divide that rent, right? If we talk about the various kind of abnormal costs are over there, abnormal losses are something which we are going to compute now. How you are going to divide them? Which product or in which year you have suffered that abnormal losses? What is going to be the treatment, or what is going to be actually the measurement? How you are going to measure them? That is all about the principles of measurement. The next is assignment. Assignment over here straight away refers to that assignment of any element of cost when it comes to cost of production. If we do have a certain cost of production, when you are going to assign a particular item to that, so let us say, as I have mentioned, I mean, that is something which we are going to discuss the same into practicals as well. So I mean, if we talk about the installed capacity, the how much capacity has been installed into your company itself or the manufacturing unit, how you are going to calculate that? Sir, that is something that means our maximum capacity. Yes, in order to calculate the maximum capacity, or in order to have that means the number of units which you have produced, the number of units of machinery which you have, number of people who are working, and number of hours which you are working. That is the maximum capacity, as simple as that. Apart from that, assignment is like to which uh, particular heading a cost item is going to belong, right? To which particular heading. So if we have like losses in materials, where that is going to be added, and material cost, right? If we have certain kind of like layoffs or retrenchment, where that is going to affect in labor part, right? So just like that, we need to have the exact classification so that we can allocate the part into the under the exact heading. The presentation is all about that whether we need a separate cost head for a particular part, or we are going to have a group of those things. Whether an element of cost shall be presented as separate cost head or as part of group of cost. Apart from that, and at the end, we just need to know about that how many disclosures we need to make. See, when it comes to preparing any kind of records, so there is a lot of work which is done at the back end, right? So do we need to present that back end work into the front, or do we need to, I mean, just go through with those kind of things? Moving ahead, my dear students, and talking about the very first part, now things are going to slow down. Now what we need to understand is the very first part, cost accounting standard number 1, right? From there you need to open your mind and try to understand what is the purpose of having this cost accounting standard number 1, which is all about the classification of cost. So what they have said, they said that there are n number of things which are involved. There are n number of things which are involved into a particular cost. A cost may be fixed, right? A cost may be fixed, a cost may be variable. This is something which we have covered into our intro so far. A cost may be depending upon the behavior, or a cost may be depending upon the nature of expense. Like if we talk about the material cost, employee cost, labor cost, or you can say the expenses, or the rest of the expenses which are over there, which you are paying like for as a kind of basic facilities for employees, that is again a cost. Packing cost is a cost, right? Repair and maintenance is a cost. There are n number of costs which are involved, but how you are going to classify them, under which particular heading a cost is going to be allocated. So this is the objective of CAS1. That means classification of cost, so that we need to have a uniformity and consistency while placing a particular cost item under a cost head. The very first part is cost. Well, what is cost? So cost is a kind of expense, okay? Expense which we have incurred in manufacturing something. Absolutely correct. But the definition is, it is a measurement in monetary term first of all. Let us suppose in order to manufacture this water bottle, in order to manufacture this, I have spent like 15 rupees. Right? I have spent like 15 rupees. Then in that situation, my dear students, 15 rupees is my cost because I have spent 8 rupees on the plastic, 4 rupees on the molding part, and 2 rupees on the bottle part, on the cap part, and after that 1 rupee is my labor. So these, I mean, whatever the expenses which are over there, I have paid them in rupees, that they are in monetary terms, that can be in dollars and so cost is a measurement in monetary terms, right? And just like that, I have the expenses are total like 15 rupees. So whatever the amount which I have spent so far, right, that is all about the amount of resources which we have used in manufacturing this bottle. Yes, please. Of the amount of resource used in manufacturing of a product and providing a service. Moving ahead, the next is cost center. See, when it comes to, selling anything, so there are a number of things, right? Let us suppose that we are going to visit a shop. Over there, the person is going to give us a particular product. Let it be like any few items you have purchased, and after that he will give you a carry bag. He's not going to charge for that carry bag. Just for example, I know people are going to charge for that, but just in case of an example, just assume that people are not charging for that you can say that carry bag. So that is an additional service which is given to the customer itself, but they are not charging for that. So just like that, when it comes to a particular manufacturing company or organization, you can say there's a particular department which looks after the welfare of labor or employees, named as human resource department. So they are not adding to profit. They are just, they just need money to operate. If I'm going to correct myself, they are adding to profit, but they are not adding directly, they are adding indirectly. So just like we have like customer support or customer care. Every company do have customer cares. So now in that situation, the very simple phenomena is all about that whenever you are going to call a customer care, right? So are they going to charge you? No, sir, they are not going to charge us. They are going to look after the issues, and after that they are going to resolve. So are they adding towards profit? No, they are not adding. But yes, they need money to operate. If you have a customer care center, definitely you will be paying your customer care representatives, right? And apart from that, my dear students, that paying them does not generate profit directly, but if your customer is happy with the customer care, he will come back again, right? So cost center is all about those kind of units which are functioning within the organization, but they do not give you direct profits. They can give you profits, but they can give you indirect profits. A unit of an entity selected with a view to accumulating all cost under that unit. Apart from that, refers to a particular department, selection, division, which works within the entity itself. Now, this cost center system is particularly separated by 3 points. The very first point is, whenever we are looking forward to manufacture something, we need resources. And we are going to have, see, let me give you a perfect example how things are going to work. How many of you have covered that chapter named as budget into your financial management? Let me tell you how that works in corporates. So it's just like every year we have a concerned finance act. And we used to call it as budget. So just like this, every corporate or every organization is going to prepare a budget. So, and in this budget, they are going to have their projected sales, and after that, they are going to have their sales, and after that, they are going to decide the budget for every department wise. That how much money, see, a lot of things are over there. You have the human resource department, right? You have your customer care, and you have that kind of, you can say, production department. So every time there are certain expenses, including the remuneration which is required to be paid to the staff itself, right? There are certain expenses which you need to pay. Now in this situation, we need to prepare a budget department wise, that how much we are looking forward to pay, how much we can pay, right? How much we can pay indeed. Now, my dear students, very carefully, look over here, very carefully. Every department, so let us suppose that I have given a budget of like my total annual year projected sales were 1200 crore rupees, and on HR we have decided to spend like 200 crores. Now the HR department, this resource has been allocated. This is known as resource allocation, right? Now it is the responsibility of human resource department to conduct their support, to give their support, or to manufacture their product. It is their responsibility. From resource to we have shifted to responsibility. It is their responsibility to fulfill each and every of their need within the given framework only. Okay. We have given a budget. Now it is their responsibility to move throughout the year within this much time period, within this much money, or within this much parameters. After that, what we are going to divide, sir, whatever expenses which we have, spent on number of departments, we have like production, we have customer care. So every expense which is over there, every expense which is over there, we are going to add this to product. We are going to add this to product itself. See, every expense at the end we are going to accumulate this, and we are going to find out that whether they have functioned within the respective budgets or not. And after that we, because this is also our cost. See, these departments may not be giving you the direct profits. I know that the sales department gives you direct profit, or you can say the production and sales, they give you direct profit. But in case, if rest of the departments are over there, they may not give you the direct profits, but they can give you indirect profits. In that situation, every department needs some money to operate. So what you are going to do, you are going to accumulate every expense which you have beared so far, and after that we are going to add this to our cost of production. Understood? Every department which is over there into your organization, you are going to accumulate all the costs and you are going to add it to your product. So this is particularly what is given. So over here, it is all about the resource allocation. You are going to allocate the resources. After that, it will be given to the concerned responsibility center, whether that provides support or whether that gives you any kind of product itself. So there lies a particular responsibility center. And after that, you will be doing a particular activity, whatever activities which you have done so far. So this is allocation system. You are going to add each and everything to the product itself. Okay, so over here it tells you that the cost center is of 2 types, right? It is not right, because cost center are generally classified into 6 types, but it's okay. The very first is personal, next is impersonal. Personal refers to the human resource department, which straight away takes care of you. And apart from that, each and every department which is apart from human resource is classified as impersonal cost center. Okay, right? Resources have been given to a concerned responsibility center, whether they give you product or whether they give you any kind of support. They will be giving like the product itself, like the manufacturing department, or else they will be giving you the support like repair and maintenance department, right? The labor department is going to work with you. They are giving you product, but when it comes to the HR department, they are giving you support towards the product. So that can be any of them. But both of them are going to contribute. They are going to give you a concerned activity or the product itself. They are doing an activity, and that activity results into product. Okay, now from this part, the cost which we have seen so far, operating cost center. What are the various operating cost center? Just like in case in our schools, I still remember there was a medical room. So in case if you have a medical shop, you have an assembly shop where you used to assemble the various products which are being manufactured by the company, or you can say the third party vendors. That is an assembly shop. If you have a welding shop, that again, if you have an operation theater or call center, they are classified as operating cost centers. Apart from that, there are a lot of things which provide the various kind of support services. They are not working at the front. They are just giving you the various kind of support services, like the powerhouse, the maintenance part. Maintenance part is over there, which looks after, just like in case if you have lift, so or the various machineries, you need to have a good repair and maintenance part. Otherwise, there will be you can say cut downs, and that can cause a lot of problem. Moving ahead, the next is stores, help desk, and transportation for call center staff. So these are, see, the transportation, the call center is classified over here in main operating cost center. So call center generally provides that transportation facility. So this transportation facility is supporting the main operating cost center. So it is supporting, that's why it is classified as supporting service cost center. Just like if I tell you that you have a concerned assembly where you are going to, manufacture your exact product, you are given three products, and there's an assembly where where each and every product is assembled, and over there there's a part named as maintenance. So maintenance used to provide support to the assembly part. And the powerhouse means the part from where the electricity or the power is supplied. They give support to the assembly is my main unit, from where the support is given by, you can say, help desk, or and help desk is just like reception center is help desk. Next topic is cost unit. Cost unit straight away talks about the measurement unit. That let us suppose that whenever we are measuring something, right, how you are managing, that is the measurement. The measurement unit of a particular volume is known as the cost unit itself. If we talk about, see, automobiles, that is going to be captured in numbers. If we talk about the distance, that is something which we are going to capture in kilometers. Distance means the transportation part. So just like that. Apart from that, next is what we have over here in like cost objects. See, when it comes to the cost objects, so they particularly depend upon the particular cost, or you can say the product or service which you are manufacturing. So the basics of classification of costs are, the very first is the nature of expense. Then they have like the traceability. Then they have function, behavior, and the last is production and the operation processes. So moving forward, see, so on the nature of expense, we have like a number of things which are over, that may be related to the materials, that may be related to the employees, that may be related to like your selling expenses, packing expenses, on the nature of expenses, right? Apart from that, moving ahead, when it comes to the traceability, that is all about that direct or indirect cost. Direct or indirect cost. Direct cost which has been straight away made onto the product itself, and the indirect cost which are made indirectly onto the product itself. After that, we have the function. Function over here straight away talks about the various kind of departments which are functioning into the organization, which may be related to the product or the project, admin, research, development, selling, distribution. So these selling and distribution, they are straight away for the marketing itself. That is something which we know both of them can be classified under a single head. So this is too boring, you know that. This is a kind of like that we need to, memorize things. It is boring. I do know it's a little bit boring. It's okay. We can understand. Right. Moving ahead and talking about the last part is by behaviors. Fixed, variable, and semi-variable. This is something which you guys already know. Apart from that, we have the next, whether by production or the operation process. This is like the operation cost, batch cost, process cost, joint cost, contract cost. I mean, you guys know about these kind of things really very well. I don't need to explain those kind of things. When it comes to practical, I will be paying attention to each and every part. Don't worry about that. Okay, so what you are going to find out, so first of all, whenever it comes to any item, let it be like operational cost, you are going to include it under the operational process cost, right? So what is the prima facie objective of CAS1, yani ki cost accounting standard 1? That is, the classification should be proper, and once you have opted for a particular classification, you are not going to change that classification after a period of time. Do remember that. Okay, that's it, my dear students. We are done with CAS1. I know it sounds boring. I know it was like that we are going to leave the classroom in between, but it's okay. Sometimes these kind of things happen in classroom. It's okay. We can understand, but it's a kind of boring, but it's okay. From next class, from next standard itself, we are going to get involved into practicals, and we are going to make this subject much better as compared to others. Okay, that's all from my side. Bye bye. Take care of yourself. We'll see you in next class. Bye.